With this build, we have 675 damage resistance, 580 electro, and 630 rad resistance. Pretty decent for survivability, definitely. So let's look at the perk cards. First things first, Master Heavy Gunner. Again, you can run any kind of weapon you want with this, but just keep in mind that one of the big perks of a power armor build is stabilized. So a max stabilized card in intelligence will make your heavy guns gain better accuracy, and they'll skip 45% armor. So basically every heavy gun you use becomes an anti-armor weapon as well. And remember, that does stack with anti-armor weapons. Really? Oh, where were we? So if you're doing heavy gunner to match this build, again, this is just sharing my build. Master Heavy Gunner, max out. That gives you your 20% damage. Another Heavy Gunner, that's another 20% damage. And then another 20% damage for Heavy Gunner and Expert Heavy Gunner. So that gives you a 60% damage boost when doing that. It says it's for non-explosive heavy guns. This does work with the explosive perk weapons that I have. I have Lock and Load on here right now. Sometimes I swap that out with something else. Blocker, I cannot stress this enough. I think Blocker is an unutilized card because if you think about it, whenever I would die a lot, I could always link it back to being overwhelmed by enemies just right up on me, meleeing me. And if you think about all the wildlife, the creatures, crazy stuff you get, there's so much of it that is melee. So whenever you put Blocker on and you have a max block card, you take 45% less damage from opponents' melee attacks. Glow Sight's really good, plus 60% damage to glowing enemies. Fireproof, I can't stress Fireproof enough. I love Fireproof because Fireproof is also explosion proof. I can stand on top of a car, shoot it, the thing explodes, it does nothing to me whatsoever. Next one on Charisma, I'm running 3 inspirational. So when I'm on a team, I gain 15% more XP. Remember, these perks, when you're on a team, you don't even have to have other teammates. So if you just log in, fire up a public team for casual play or whatever type of team, it doesn't matter. I do casual because you'll get that XP boost on top of this. Just always be in a team whenever you're playing. It doesn't matter if there's anybody else on it or not, and that'll help you get leveled up quicker. Tenderizer, 3-star, make your target receive 10% more damage for 10 seconds after you attack. Under intelligence, we have Power User. Fusion core duration is now doubled. I just do not have to worry about fusion cores anymore. Stabilized, we kind of touched on that briefly. You definitely want this card. Power armor, heavy guns gain actually ignore 45% armor. Demolition expert, if you are running a weapon that has an explosive perk, that's an extra 60% damage from the explosion effects that happen on this. So that's why I'm running that card. If you're not running explosive weapon, feel free to swap that out with something else. You can do something like Nerd Rage, maybe even Gunsmith. There's plenty of things you can play with for that. Batteries included. Energy weapon ammo weighs 90% less. One reason I run this one right here is because it also counts for fusion cores. If you'll notice, when you go to the ammo tab of your Pip-Boy, that's where your fusion cores are. So the game registers fusion cores as ammo. Each fusion core, remember, that weighs 3 pounds each. So if you're doing a power armor build, carrying a lot of fusion cores around, that's going to get heavy really quick. This perk card alone can help you a ton on your carry weight. Scrapper, pretty self-explanatory. I just had an extra slot, put that in there. Action Boy, always like more AP. That helps with that jetpack that really eats through the AP. Born Survivor, falling between 20%. Automatically uses stim pack. I just have a 1-star on that. Feel free to swap that out with whatever. Adrenaline, definitely like Adrenaline. Maxed out, it gained 10%, max 60% damage for 30 seconds per kill. Duration refreshes with kills. That's really handy, especially if you're using a slow firing weapon. But then you come across hordes of ghouls or something coming up on you. Each kill you get is adding that 10%. For each up to 60%, so that can really help you out a whole lot. So on the luck stack from Bloody Mess, I've got 3 stars there for 15% bonus damage. In the 1-gun army, heavy guns gain 12% stagger chance and 12% chance to cripple a limb. For me, Ricochet's been a pretty fun one. I'm running it at 2 stars right now. Gain a 12% chance to deflect back some of enemies' range damage. I run that. It seems like it procs quite a bit at 12%. And then starts genes. So if you're running mutations, which I do highly recommend running mutations, you're definitely going to always have to remember your 2-star starts genes card. When we go to legendary perks, so I'm running ammo factory. This card is amazing if you're especially running ballistic ammo. So to get the slot allocations for my existing build, I'm actually running a legendary agility card. Take one for the team. Enemies take 30% more damage when they attack you if you're on a team. I presume if you max this out, it'll be 40%. Yeah, 40%. Again, remember that even if there's no one else on the team, this procs. You just need to create a public team, a casual team, whatever, and just be in a team at all times. I personally run Want Rads just for the fun of it. One of these days I'll max this out. It's kind of fun just kind of walking around in a heavy radiation zone, not having to worry about rads. Power Armor Reboot is a fun one too. There's a 40% chance to auto revive with full health if you're downed in Power Armor. So I like that one. For other legendary perk cards for that last slot, remember you have to hit level 300 to unlock all those slots. You can pick through any of these. Electric Absorption. Enemy energy attacks recharge your Power Armor's fusion core. You could do that, but honestly, I don't have to worry about fusion cores. So I don't think I would personally consider that myself. Far-flung Fireworks is probably one of the next ones I'll go to just because it seems fun. Power Sprinter would be another good one. While in Power Armor, sprinting consumes fewer AP points, depending on how many stars you level up that card. So between those two, I'll probably actually go with Power Sprinter. For the weapon, my main that I run is just this explosive Gatling. So when you run that Demolition Expert card, that gives you a little extra damage there. Ignores 50% of target's armor, so I'm running the anti-armor version. Remember that stacks because you're stabilized, so you've got 95% of an enemy's armor that you're ignoring now. It just sips ammo. If you're running daily ops, go back, take your time, pick up that ammo. I think one of the most rewarding ammos to be running is 5mm because you can pick up an enemy to drop 40 to 60 5mm ammo. So you can rack up really quick just running a daily op or two. My other weapon I use, and this is mainly for a queen fight. The queen does need to get kind of close for this, but I also run an anti-armor. I love anti-armor stuff. I think that's where the real benefit comes with this build that I personally do. Anti-armor focus, Gatling plasma. I modded it to focus, whatever. 90% reduced weight. I like that because it frees up some of the strength cards. I don't have to worry about running bare arms. And of course, this anti-armor ignores 50% of target's armor. This is another one that likes to sip ammo, plasma cores. You can get those pretty cheap if you just want to buy them off people. I do use VATs just enough to kind of help target at range. But we can't forget the mutations. For an adrenal reaction, you sacrifice 50 HP. You do get additional weapon damage at low HP. Now that's obviously a really popular one for all these bloodied builds that people are running. Again, I like full health stuff. I've never run bloodied. It's not my thing, but it's still beneficial to have that. The negatives aren't that much for any of the mutations, really. I love bird bones. You do sacrifice 4 strength, but you get 4 agility, and it reduces fall speed. So with more agility, you can run faster. Your jetpack, you can fly up higher. Another benefit is one of the irritations with power armor is you have that hero fall that they call it, the hero landing, wherever you jump down and you have this long animation where your guy just kind of squats down and then it takes him a little bit to stand back up. So it kind of helps. You'll still have that if you're not careful, but for the most part, things like that, that's the hero landing. But it helps you fly higher and it helps you not land as hard. Now there's no fall damage with power armor, so that doesn't matter. It's not for damage, but it's to help ease that landing is another side benefit to have for that. Is why I like that. Egghead does sacrifice a little endurance and a little strength to give you +6 intelligence. The reason I'm running that is to counteract one of the other mutations, because the more intelligence you have, the quicker you're going to accumulate XP. Next one I have is just electrically charged. That's not anything that's necessary. I love healing factor. So your chem effects are reduced by 55%, health regen plus 300%. I love the fact that especially whenever I'm out of combat or whatever, I don't have to worry about using up stim packs. I rarely use stim packs. Marsupial is one a lot of us, I think, feel that's a necessity with a lot of builds, because you sacrifice 4 intelligence, which again, that's why Egghead helps compensate for that with its +6. But Marsupial, you get +20 carry weight, and your jump height is greatly increased, and that helps you get to all these crazy areas. It's really beneficial. Plague Walker, another one that's not necessary. I just came across it. Skelly Skin, you lose 50 AP. You may want to not get this one so that you can have a little bit more AP. Damage resistance, you get an additional 50 and extra 50 energy resistance. Speed Demon is another one I highly recommend. Your Hunger and Thirst is +50% while moving, but remember, that's not really a negative thing anymore. It doesn't have that much of a negative effect anymore. Your move speed is increased by 20%, and this also benefits your reload speed. So I highly recommend Speed Demon. The last one I have is Unstable Isotope. It's another one that's not really necessary. If you have any questions or recommendations, that's my build. I just wanted to share. Just let me know in the comments below if you want to talk about it. Hope this helps somebody. At least gives you a starting point for your own build. Thanks.